Welcome to the Islamic Library Association. We are dedicated to showcasing Muslims' rich contributions to literature and society while advocating for accurate representation and equity in libraries. Hello and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalisah Harris. I am a librarian and the founder of the Islamic Library Association. Through this work, we advocate for equity in libraries and public spaces, ensuring accurate representation of Muslims while highlighting the incredible contributions Muslims have made and continue to make to the literary landscape. This channel is a space to celebrate stories, amplify voices, and highlight the importance of inclusive representation in literature, programs, and knowledge sharing spaces. Today, we are here with Miss Angela Morales. Angela is an author and offers gentle coaching and reflections that help women align with their natural rhythms, their inner wisdom, and their own baraka or blessings. For a long time, she chased the world's version of success until she realized what she was really longing for: to slow down, to return, and to remember. As a revert woman, Angela learned that real transformation isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Assalamu alaikum, Angela. How are you today?
Walaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah, all is well today. I've been looking forward to this moment, so
Oh, thank you.
doing well.
It's definitely a pleasure to have you here with us today. Your presence means a great deal, and I am sure that many Muslim women, including myself, would really appreciate hearing about all that you do. So, if you are ready, let's just go on ahead and lean right into it. And could you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to write your book titled Embracing the Divine Dance of Feminine and Masculine Energy?
Yes. Well, firstly, I am also honored, Khalisah, for the work that you're doing and inshallah for the much more work that we'll see from you. Yes, it's an honor. And to go into the first question about the book, Embracing the Divine Dance of Feminine and Masculine Energy, what inspired me? I want to say it was a lot with my own personal journey as you mentioned, as a revert to Islam. I feel that I found myself unlearning yet learning as I became more and more closer to my deen, to my faith. And I like to summarize it and that I learned how to become or be more so in my essence as a woman, as a Mexican American woman. I feel like I grew up not really or truly knowing how to embody to be a woman, whether that is to let myself be taken care of, let myself be led, of course, to the right directions. But I feel this took inspiration on my own personal journey with Islam and specifically the Quran, because I feel the Quran was my reparenting as well.
Nice. And what is it that you hope that readers take away from your book?
Inshallah, I feel this book is again just a way that just I want to honor my journey. There's, I wouldn't say sacrifices, but I feel like it's more so of just an honoring of Islam. And I would also more of a remembrance that any woman that's curious on like perhaps on their path with Islam or their essence or their role in this dunya and this world, I hope that this book allows them to find a space where they can ask themselves more purposeful questions. Or again, it's just a place where I hope that it guides us back to our true essence and really teaches, or in a way teach, that women are here to go with the flow. We're not linear. We're not meant to be robots and machines. We're not linear, and that's okay. We're not perfect, and that's okay. Allah created us a certain way, and that certain way is not linear. So I really hope that this book is just a reminder of that beauty that I was able to learn and still learning to this day as I learn also like more of deen and faith.
So, can you share just a little bit more about what led you to realize that this world's typical version of success wasn't what you were truly seeking?
Yes. So for me, again, I grew up as a Mexican American. I am the oldest in my family. So I grew up a lot with this mindset of go, 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 do, hustle, get your degrees, which is good, very good. But I feel like at some point I crashed where um it wasn't my decision to crash, but it took a toll on my health. And I figured that after me crashing, I burned out eventually because me working 3 jobs, me being in college, me still trying to somehow, some way take care of others without taking care of me first was not working out. So eventually my body shut off. And so yeah, the traditional success for me was like, okay, just work, work, focus on the external, get a good career, get a good title. Yeah, the external material, I guess we can call it. And more so focusing again, just having that perspective or looking like you're successful, whether it's the brand, the logo, what you drive, how I look, especially with beauty. But that's another topic that I hope to get into. But I feel like eventually again when I crashed and I had to eventually just stop overworking myself and actually look in the mirror and look that I was really unhappy with myself internally and my health was not good. I learned the hard way. I burnt out. I turned into a completely different person. I had severe meltdowns out of nowhere. I would get anxiety. And this all happened again because I was too focused on chasing the success of having a good job, getting a car, a partner. I was too worried about the external and I was
Mhm.
not worrying enough of the internal. So yeah, it took for me to just crash and just again crash, and I was depressed and full of anxiety for me to realize. And again, it was just a dark place where I was, that I had to just look in the mirror and just be honest with myself, like, what am I doing? Like, I tried to numb myself with the external, chasing success for the views, for the likes, for the photos, for the posting, just so others can see me as quote unquote success on the gram, on Facebook, on the outside. But in reality, when I came home, it was empty. So yeah, it took for me to feel like if I was like under, like in a well of just darkness,
Wow.
to then look in the mirror and come back to myself and like, what am I doing? Like, Angela, like, is this really what I want? Just others perceiving that I am happy, that I'm successful because I traveled to so and so, or that I took a vacation here, or that I've been here. No. So again, it was just me looking in the mirror and my internal, my soul, I want to say, it was just empty. It was just me numbing everything that I never wanted to feel. Whether it was me actually taking accountability for my health because I was so busy just in the outside chasing the likes, the being seen with um versus just being at peace. I was
Mm.
so afraid of peace, I want to say. So yeah, after me looking in the mirror, taking accountability, I've learned that yeah, success is truly peace. It's not the outside, it's not what we chase, it's not what we seem to see as successful. We never know what happens behind doors.
So, all that you have personally encountered, how would you today define Baraka or your blessings? And how would you incorporate that? What do you incorporate that into your coaching?
Yeah, so again, after me reverting, which is now a little over a year,
Mhm.
I've come across Baraka and I learned what is Baraka, divine blessing. But after me learning this meaning, I made it a habit for myself. I've always been a big fan of affirmations and I've always was a fan of spirituality and again just meditating and all of those things. So when I came to Islam, I'm like, "Oh my God, like it has been here all this time. It's just dua or like it's just, making it intentional, all these new words." So when I learned about Baraka, for me, I remember making my first dua because dua is prayer. And for others, it might be for manifestation, sorry. For others, it might be affirmations. But for me, essentially, I made sure that in my duas, I mention baraka because with whatever I have or whatever I don't have, baraka brings blessing into it. No matter how small something is, no matter how big something is, I just want to make sure that I tie it back to blessing because it ties it back to my creator, or God, or, whatever anyone thinks of. But for me, I just want to tie it back to my creator. So for me, Baraka was a huge discovery word that from day one, when I saw its divine blessing, I'm like, all right, I'm putting Baraka in everything that I do and everything that I say. So in my duas, again, I just mention everything I do, whether it's small, big, even from the clothes I wear, may have Baraka because I know it's blessed, or inshallah, that's the intention I want to put out into my world.
Definitely. So, with your coaching, Beauty and Baraka,
Yes.
tell us about how you came up with that name.
Yes. So again, everything's, I guess the root is from my own personal, again, going back to my journey,
Yeah.
because I am not perfect and but I am in a much better place. But I was always a fan, and I am still a fan of beauty and like self care and like self love and like look after yourself and feel good. But when I reverted, it's like my whole world did a 360 in a beautiful way. I felt like I was navigating this world unaware with no purpose in a sense. So after again, through learning my Dane, and I'm still learning, but I figured, okay, Angela, you don't have to give up on like your self-care, like the aesthetics, the facials, the you feeling good. So I sat down with myself, and I remember I reflect a lot. So I was reflecting, and I'm like, okay, just like how I make my duas or affirmations, I want to make sure that, okay, beauty is still okay. It's fine for a woman to love to do and take care of themselves. But what if, why, why not with purpose? Because beauty essentially does have a purpose, and it can have a purpose as long as we're aware about it. For example, beauty without purpose is just maybe the external. I want to look good, la la la, go throughout my day. Okay, got my nails done. That's all. Good. But me, what Beauty with Baraka stands is that for every little self care that you do, self care thing, whether it's the nails, the eyebrow, the makeup, from the clothes I choose, I always repeat to myself, may this be with intention, or may it come with intention to show up every day with confidence so I can help and support others. May it be for the intent that I want to feel good. And we need confidence to be out in this dunya, in this world, because the
Yeah.
world is harsh with comments, with labels. And if we don't feel confident in ourselves, we're not able to speak up and advocate for ourselves. And more so with the work that I also do, I work a lot in the community, and it's more with like mental health, the mental health population. So my duty is to stand up for individuals that may not be able to advocate for themselves or have a mental illness. So I take it upon myself, and I see these self-care habits, the nails, the makeup, the me dressing up good as a way to show up with Baraka. The purpose is just intention, making sure that whatever you do has an intention that's for good versus just going throughout my day with, okay, I'm gonna get just my nails done and that's it.
So you're
Which is
saying,
still good. It's still
yes,
good. But life is more meaningful when we become more aware and put an intention to what we do.
nice. So you're ultimately saying beauty with Baraka. So you're saying have good purpose. Well,
Yes.
have purpose and bless your intentions
Yes.
with your
No
beauty.
matter Yeah, no matter what little detail it is. Yeah, from you getting in your car, blessing in your car too. May this car be of service. Yeah, to our beauty. But it takes a lot to be aware of, yeah, just remembering the little things.
So you're really talking about focusing on the inner self, your
Yes.
internal self-care to include that with the external self-care.
Yes. Yes, sort of bringing that into an interconnection because essentially, yeah, to be purposeful in this life and to, again, my purpose is just to serve as a reminder that anything can have intention and purpose as long as we're aware about it. And we have free will too. To
That's very true.
Mhm.
So you're talking about type of work that you do,
Uh-huh.
and you speak up for people who sometimes cannot speak up for themselves. What are some
Yes.
common themes that women may share with you, and how do you help them overcome their obstacles with
Mhm.
your faith and your personal interest when it comes to like beauty and vodka?
Yes, I will say because I do work in the mental illness, a mental health focus industry, and there might be a case where, let's say, the woman is in an abusive or domestic violence has been through domestic violence or is going through. So I'm here sitting with a person that's of course gone through trauma, and I'm someone who is Muslim, so I incorporate my faith everywhere I go. Whether someone realizes or not, but faith is what drives me. And I often, when I find myself in these cases, I try to really look at the case, and it depends because for women it's a very difficult thing to do to just it's a lot of again, someone has to realize that someone or something is not serving them or us.
Mhm.
And for us to realize it comes with the attachment of realizing our own worth. So it's almost working two different components. So what I strive to do and use Beauty with Baraka is again, Beauty with Baraka stands for again, for me, I see it as self-care component, intentionally making everything self-care and beauty involved with intention, but also faith. So when I have these cases, I tend to walk them through, I want to say almost like a relearning of themselves
Okay.
because it's more of like shifting their focus on themselves because oftentimes in these cases we forget about ourselves to care for others or cater to others. And yeah, so what I often do is just speak on like building that self-esteem, looking more internally to ourselves. What do we need and what makes you happy? Because we forget about it or they forget about this. So I come in with pure intentions of just remembering or being a reminder again, going back to I'm just a reminder and I'm just here to remind. And of course, it doesn't happen overnight, but I do find myself and I do have the honor to work with these cases long term that through my consistency every week, it does make a shift, whether it's a tiny shift, but it's a mental thing that they have to first realize and come to a conclusion of, okay, this is my life. This is my worth and I have free will. So just choosing that and again, just being that reminder for others. Yeah.
Definitely. So, about your book specifically, and you're
Mhm.
talking about female and masculine energy.
Yes.
Your book, it's would you say it's only for Muslims or for anyone, regardless of their faith or background?
I want to say it's mostly intended for those who are Muslim, but it is open to, of course, anyone who is curious to learn more.
And so, with your book specifically, do you feel that it is a book that would be good to have in public places such as libraries?
Inshallah, yes, that's actually something I'm currently working on because it is a non published book at the moment.
At the moment, correct. So, as someone who has you're a revert Muslim,
Mhm.
do you believe that it's important, or do you think it's important to have presentation for Muslims in public places such as libraries?
It is very important. I feel that we've come a long way, and I say we as like the Ummah now, and me being part of it.
Mhm.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I feel like it is time. It's time for it to see that shift because we've never had I've never seemed to experience a presentation or representation for Muslim books or Islamic literature. So me now and now as part of the Ummah now, it's like it would be an honor to see more of Islamic literature because even me growing up, I never knew much about Islam. All I knew was based on perceptions of others or the TV or the news, which we all know it's not very true or it's not ideally what it truly is. So I would love now, yeah, as an adult, it's just been a shift now to be here too, but I would love to see more of Islamic literature. It needs to happen.
Yes, I agree.
Hmm.
So, what role do you see your book plays when it comes to the representation of Muslims or Islam? Because a lot of people right now are talking about feminine and masculine energy, but you're
Hmm.
bringing it from an Islamic perspective. How
Hmm.
do you feel that your book is filling a void that should be available to everyone?
I feel since it is based on my journey with Islam, but also I will say, why not share? Yeah, on this book, I do highlight other books or per se speakers that may speak on feminine and masculine beauty,
Mhm.
whether that's Robert Greene, whether that's other motivational speakers, or even Carl Jung, which is a psychologist. I bring these and I highlight them in my book because, like I said, I'm a revert. But before Islam, I was someone always curious about these things, spirituality. I was always curious about psychology. I was always curious about just humanity in itself. That I feel like the difference with this genre, and like you said, we are speaking about feminine and masculine energy, but the difference with that is that I would like to bring a component of my true, like my journey, how it is, and my perspective Islamically, because I truly feel that Islam, like I said, the Quran was my parent in a sense. When I read the Quran for the first time, it was my parent. It was my first time that me as a woman, I saw myself as, if I'm being honest, like worthy, because the Quran was the first, that line where it reads about stay away from your wives when they're menstruating, or yeah, that we women need to have that sacred rest because of our cycle. No one told me that. I never knew that, but the Quran told me. So, like, for me, it was just mind blowing. And again, it was just me, my personal journey. But this is where I feel my book, I hope, brings that curiosity on people, because I will speak on these other speakers and, yeah, illustrators, authors that already have been speaking about the feminine masculine energy. But I bring this component to tie it off with the Islamic approach, where I feel like the true reality is based on my experience.
So you're saying that the way you have written your book and your intention behind it is pretty much connecting what people are already discussing regarding feminine
Yes.
masculine energy and how Islam not only does it not go against that, but it actually ties it all together.
Yes, it's been there, and it's been there in the Quran. It's
Yeah,
been there, and I'm just here as an outsider because, again, I'm a revert. I'm not perfect, but
it's
for me, it's like, but for me, I was shared this light, and it was not too long ago, 2024, January 19th, 2024, when I reverted. And me before that, I was just walking through the world. Yeah, like I said, mashallah, like we have all these great authors, illustrators, psychologists that have spoken about feminine and masculine energy, but that was recent. And like me describing Islam, this was like thousands of years
yeah,
ago. And
yeah.
I'm like, God, no one, I just want to tie this up. And in my own approach, again, I'm not here to put anyone or anyone against each other, but it's just a nice tie in together, because those topics that have been discussed recently and are like the main topic right now, the feminine, masculine, they've been there all along, you know?
Yes. So it's very true that Islam has talked about, obviously you're saying, and from your perspective coming in from, January of 2024,
Mm-hmm.
and to have lived a life not being surrounded by Islam. So then once, embracing Islam and things like that and learning about it, yes, I think it's very good to hear someone's perspective of coming in as an adult opposed to being born and raised. I mean, the point is still there, but the experiences are going to be different. So
Yes.
I think to be able to say that what we're talking about now, the Muslims have been talking about this. I think that's
Uh-huh.
an excellent point. And that it should really be brought up and that people should know, like you're saying, it's not only about what's on the news or things like that, but let's talk about what Islam is really about, not what some
Yes.
have tried to make Islam be.
Mm-hmm.
So, with your book specifically, why did you decide to make it an ebook first?
Well, that mini ebook, it was just like a little treat. Like it was just like a little draft to me, because I honestly just like I just started to write, and like it was just a random, like, I don't know, come to me for me. I never thought I would be actually now working on a book to be published. That was just the draft, Khalisah. I was just like, all right, well, I think
It's a
I've been
wonderful draft.
guided. Yeah, I was like, all right, so what do I do with this in my head? Because I was always thinking about it. And like I said, my life was really transformed from being a woman who, I got this, I don't need a man, I need to work hard, I don't need no one, to now, like, my mindset really changed. I changed, everything changed in my life. So I figured I need to start writing. And again, I feel like that was just a little something to put all of my thoughts in that moment to now. And I don't think I shared it with you, or correct me if I'm wrong, but to now, a couple months ago, I actually I'm working with National Publishing to get this book published. And of course, this book that I showed you via ebook,
Mhm.
It's just a draft and it's not the official book, but it is the idea of what the main book will be, inshallah.
Nice, inshallah. So that was the next question I was going to ask you. Did you have
Mhm.
any intentions on creating a physical book, or would it be a similar topic or something different? So it's pretty much you're saying it's going to be a more of a physical, more in-depth version of what you've done for the ebook.
Correct, yes. With all of those speakers, psychologists that have spoke about the feminine and masculine energy. Yes.
So do you have any time frame of when we can expect the physical book?
I was thinking this August for my birthday. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's my first book. It's my first book too. So I was like, Angela, be real with your So I'm just honored. I am working on it, but inshallah, if there's a time frame, I would like to give August 2026.
Okay. All right. Well, we definitely look forward to being updated on whatever information you find out. Well, that
Yes.
decide or how it works. I know it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of steps to getting a book
Mhm.
published. Like you said, it's not an overnight thing.
It's not.
I'm sure you're experiencing that as we speak. And another thing is just let us know when it comes out. We'd love to see the book, feel the book, have an opportunity to purchase the book. But for right now, for the draft, where can people find your ebook?
I As of now, I do have my social media. That's where I normally get contacted or connect with others, and that would be on Instagram, iangela.m, where I also have like a link tree with um other resources. One of them more so also with wellness because I do advocate on PMDD, which is a premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I just got diagnosed for severe form of PMS. But that's where you can find also other ebooks that I may have for free on the meantime. And then, of course, my email just I am Angela Morales at gmail.com.
So I have one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have your draft, you're working on your real book, but we can't forget that you also offer coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Where can people find you if they're looking for someone with your expertise?
Yes, I will say on social media again,
Yep.
on my account.
So people can reach out on your social media to get information about your ebook and also
Mhm.
for your Beauty with Baraka and
Yes.
for your coaching that you do.
Yes.
Well, it is lovely. That's a beautiful and wonderful line of work. I think it goes unrecognized sometimes, even though we're saying, that Islam has been talking about it from all these thousands of years ago. Like you
Uh-huh.
said, it's a reminder, because again, we're in a society that is like you said, go, 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 go. And
Uh-huh.
many people are burnt out.
Uh-huh.
Many ladies specifically are burnt out and don't even know that they're burnt out until
Uh-huh.
something drastic or extreme happens.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, oh God, now you're playing catch up. So, and it's a
Yes.
lot and it's difficult. So I love what you're doing. Inshallah, you have a
Thank
lot of
you.
barakah in all that you do, and that Allah continues
Thank
to
you.
bless you because, taking a shahada in January 2024 and just really embracing and embodying your experiences and your journey, it's amazing, and being able to provide a book for the people is just an honor. As a librarian, I definitely love it. As a Muslim lady, as a librarian, as an avid reader, these types of things should be available to everyone, and that's what the Islamic Library
Yes.
is about. It's about providing the literature and the information and meeting the needs and the interests of the communities. So I'm happy that you
Mhm.
positively contributed to not only the literary world, but also being engulfed and enfolded within this ummah. And I'm very happy to have met you and have read your draft. And that's all I have for you today. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, Khalees, it was an honor, inshallah. Like I said, I'm thinking August, but it could be sooner. Inshallah, it's in Allah's hands. But I will stay connected, and of course, if there's anything else I can also bring or share about, I will do so.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I hope that you have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Join the Islamic Library Association, and together we can shape a more inclusive future for literature.